Hello, welcome once again to the PHP 101 Screencast with me, Phil from PHP Web Design. It has been so long since I last done one of these. I am very sorry. There's multiple reasons for this. One of them I can demonstrate very quickly by doing this. If you notice lack of start button, yes, that's right. I am now on Windows 8. God help me. But yes, my old laptop decided to give up the ghost, and so now I am on a Windows 8 machine. I still have a Windows XP PC, but I am mainly on Windows 8. One of the cool things is this Asus laptop I've got. It lets me do things like, oh no, hang on, it's letting me doing it now. There's usually gestures, but it has got a camera. Hello. Don't know how good a quality the image that is. Wireless Tigers recently won the Viva Premiership final. I keep wanting to say Guinness. To me, it's always going to be the Guinness Premiership final, not a Viva. But there we are. Anyway, on with today's screencast. The other day, I got an email from trying to remember his name now, Gerrit van Esch. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. He was asking if the screencast is dead. Oh, it's not. I've just been really busy and haven't got this system set up yet. But now, here we go. One of the things he's asked for information, a bit more information on, is how to do sessions and logins. Well, sessions and logins can be combined together, so that's what I'm planning to do. So, what I'm going to do is go back to desktop. There we are. Go to that, like so. I am doing something very random for once. I am starting with a completely blank directory. Nothing there whatsoever. It may mean coding takes a bit longer, which if it does, I apologise, but the way it is, unfortunately. One of the things I do need to quickly do though is just go into the MySQL database and just create a record. So let's go to PHP MyAdmin. Wait for it to connect. Let's just create a new database quickly. Screencast. Oh, apparently this is Screencast database already. Let's have a look what's on here. Oh well, let's just quick delete that one, that record. Then I'll add a record into this because that's quite handy to have one already. Let's just say insert. This is going to become clear in a moment while I'm doing this, so just give us a username, so bhso, and we'll have a password. In this case, it's going to be an MD5. So, where are you? It's one of the things about PHP MyAdmin. It does give you the option, if you can find it, to MD5 hash the password. Now, it's important for me to point out this time, MD5 hashing is not the most secure way of encrypting. Okay, for some reason it's not letting me select for it to encode the encryption that way. Dang it. MD5 hash is not the most secure way. There's a lot better ways of encrypting files, but in this case I'm just going to leave it unencrypted and just password as password. Doesn't matter, these records are just generic just for this screencast. Okay, obviously I would have encryption on the database and so on, but anyway, we've got some records so we can create a login now. So let's bring up this, and in this folder I'm going to create a new file of index.html. Oh no, what am I doing? Losing the plot already. That's not good. Yeah, index dot. Or actually, no, I'm going to do it as .php. Keep all in one file, why not? And then we're going to have a form. Let's just give the form a title, please log in. And I'm going to really bother with CSS for this. Let's put body tag in. And then a form tag. Form with a method equals post. And action. We're going to send it to index.php question mark login equals true. Now, and I'm doing typing, not much talking at the moment, I apologise. We're going to send the form information via post. Because I'm containing everything in one file, I'm also using a get variable at the end of the action there, just so I've got something I can use to trigger the PHP script to activate the login request. Okay, all can clear can clear very quickly actually if I just do one very quick thing. So at the top of the file, just open the PHP tags and close them again. And what I'm going to do is just go @ string login space string underscore get login. Then if string login does not equal true, then do all this, then point out the form, let's just quickly do this. Right, quick explanation of what's going on here. This form, when it submits, is going to go to the web address index.php with a get variable of login equals true. So what we're doing is, right at the beginning of the script, it's looking for that login equals true section. If it does not equal true, then the form hasn't been activated properly yet. So therefore, we're going to display the form to them. But what we're saying under that if statement, if it does, so else, then here we're going to have all the code to do all the login procedure. But let's just quickly finish off this form. So I have a input type equals text and name. Oh dear, I just can't seem to type at the moment. Name equals a username, like so, and then an input type equals password, name equals. Can I point out, with all my typing mistakes, how stupid o'clock this is? It's currently 1:15 AM in the UK at the moment. I've been up many hours. I probably shouldn't be doing this right now, but I just felt inspired. So Apologise ahead of time for any mistakes. And let's just put a button, type equals submit, value of login. Doing it the HTML5 way, which is personally I think is a lot better. So we have our form, which at the moment is just going to grab the person's username and grab their password. Cool. Next we're going to do the other side of the script. So if the login has happened, what we need to do, actually we're going to get rid of these closing and opening tags because we're going to need PHP here. At symbol again, so therefore if the thing doesn't exist you're not going to get a stupid error code necessarily. So yeah, at symbol to begin with. I'm having a mental block for a second about something. That's it, I remember now. Something we do need to do. I'm sorry, this is probably the most rubbish screencast ever. Right at the beginning of the script, before we do this login or anything like that, because we're going to use a session, we need to start a session. I feel like a right fool because I forgot to do it. But it is ridiculously easy to do. All you need to do is type in session underscore, as I get the right key, start, open and close parentheses, like so. Now it's going to be ready to, the browser is going to be ready to take any session details you want to pass to it. Still stupid now because I should have done that straight away, but I forgot. I apologise. Right, so what am I doing? Grabbing the username and password. So at string username, string underscore post username, and then we're doing at string password, string underscore post password. Now, something that's important to do for your database security is to take the username and do what's known as strip slashes. Of string username, just same for the password. And then we're also going to do what's known as MySQL real escape string. It's just another extra little bit that you can just do. It's very simple, a couple of lines. Adds a basic level of security for your database. Stop people putting stuff in that you wouldn't want them to put in. Okay. So string username. Oh, there we go. So that's just adding a little bit of security to your database. Okay, stops people doing crazy stuff to it. So next we're going to need to connect to the database to see if this user exists. Alright, so what we're going to need there is your database credentials, obviously. Normally I usually put these in a separate file, but just to save time I'm going to put them all here in this one file, just to save a bit of time. So string database host is a local host. A string database user in this case is root. is password. That's database password, sorry, and then we want DB table, which we found out is called Screencast. And then we'll just create the connection. I need to point out I am using a reciprocated way, which basically means it's advised that you change the way that you use doing your connection because it will be phased out in the next version. So you can use it at the moment, but you don't know how much longer for. It's very easy for you to look up what the new way is. Just go to php.net and all the details you need to know will be there. Okay, I'm just doing it this way just because it's a little bit quicker at the moment. Okay. If there is no connection, that's what this is doing. Just do a die command. So if the connection to the database fails, die as in do not follow any more of your code, do not try and execute anymore, and put an error message. And I've just realised I'm still getting used to this laptop. Right, could not connect to the database. Right, there we go. We could put the MySQL error in there, but can't be bothered. That's bad of me to say, but that's the way it is, unfortunately. Otherwise, if it's connected, then we're going to select the table. So MySQL underscore select. It's DB. And I'll put it as a string DB table. And there we go. So now we have our connection to the database and we are selecting the table. So far then, I said we've started a session. You know, we're not holding session data yet, but that's still to come. We check and see if someone submit the login form yet. If not, we're displaying the form to them. If they have, then we're grabbing the information, making it safe for our database to make sure no one's trying to run any commands that may potentially wipe our database. We're then also establishing a connection to the database. Please excuse me while I have a quick drink. I really needed that just then. Excuse me. Right. So let's check if this user exists. Let's have a quick refresh of this so we can just see what we've got at the moment. So at the moment we've just got two login things here. Okay, not much to see at the moment, but there we go. So let's just check to see if the user exists. So here we go. Let's go string SQL. And this is where we're going to write our SQL string query. So select star from. Have I called it users? Yes, I have. So that's all right. So star from users where username with a camel case this is. So oh dear, sorry about that, I just clicked the wrong button then. Username equals string username and password equals string password. go. Then we just do a result. So string result. It's MySQL query string SQL. Then we're going to count how many rows have appeared. Obviously, if the username and password both exist, we should only have one row appear. Should. I've never actually thought about that factor actually. No, it should only be one. So let's go string count. Go MySQL underscore rows. String result. Now that's just going to count how many rows of results have been sent back, which should only be one. And then we go and check it. If string count is equal to 1, yeah. If string count equals 1, basically the person exists. We're then going to create an object. This may sound like I don't know what I'm doing. What it is it's been a little while since I've done one of these scripts. So if you have a look at what I've got here, I'm going to give you a little sneaky preview. Here's some old code, and I'll kind of rehashing it so you can see what's going on. This is code I have written. I have not copied this off someone else. Just to let you know, I wrote this myself. Right? So, yeah, we need to create then an object. So we go if string object at MySQL underscore fetch underscore object string result. This is where it comes to it. This is now when we get to create the sessions. Finally. So all up to now has literally just been getting the person's username and password, checking it, making it safe for the database, logging into the database, and checking if the username and password is safe. It exists. Now we've done all these checks. We know this person exists. We know they've given us the right details. It is time to finally create our session objects and basically log them into the site. Now, the way we do this is using a very simple string, basically, which is string underscore session, like that, all in capitals. A bit like how you do the like string underscore get or string underscore post. It's virtually the same. Difference with it, well, there's even down to the fact, actually, come think of it, that at the end of it you put a square bracket. Now what we're doing the first time you use this is that you're creating a name for the session to be associated with, the session variable. It's name value pairing. I think that's the correct term for it. So you give it a name right now, and then you're going to assign a value to that name. For example, we want to store the person's first name. Okay, so what we'll do is, got the session already item there. Inside square brackets, I'm going to put first name. Okay, then that's going to equal a string object of first name. So now their first name is being pulled from the database here, and it's been stored under the session item of first name. So at any point I can use this string underscore session first name to pull up the visitor's first name, the user's first name. Okay. Same goes for, let's just do the last name as well. So string underscore session string object and the last name. Double check this has been, I have done this camel case, haven't I? Yes, I have. Let's see what other information we've got about the person. We've got their email address, so let's store that as well. Which can be useful to store, because should at any point in the website you want to be able to send them an email from some operation they've done, instead of having to query the database for their email address, you've got it. Okay, so I think that's what I called it. Let's double check. Yes, I have. And let's also their ID, but I'm going to put their ID at the top. Okay, so string underscore session. I've got user ID. That's going to be string object ID, like that. Right, I've got the bare essentials that I need. I could store the username if I wanted to, but this is going to take too long otherwise, if I continued on the way I am. Now all this is done. We've created the session. We've logged them in. That's it. You've got this basic bits and pieces that you need. What we're going to do is, though, I'm going to send them on to another file. So let's just create a new file. I'm going to call that home.php, and right at the top, yet again, I need to put that session start information. So we're carrying on the session over from the home page, or the index page, and what I'm going to do is just have a big H1 message of hello world. That's and also what I'm going to do is just quickly add another file. I'll call that logout.php. I suppose it's useful to be to give them the opportunity to log out, isn't it? So let's just go to here, and I'm going to add a link. It also gives me a chance to show you how to destroy a session. Okay, so they're logged in, we've created the sessions, everything. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use a header of location home.php, like that. And let's just do a quick test, right? So username of bhso and password of password. An escape T string on line 59. How have I got an escape T string? There I have. Shows you even I make stupid mistakes. Let's continue. There we go. My login worked. It sent me straight to the home page. Now the problem is I can keep going to this home page now. Okay, and it'll keep showing it. I didn't even need to log in to see it. That's because the session's at the moment being created, but it's not actually been making the site secure or anything. So, what am I going to do that? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I normally do. Okay. Starters, right underneath here, under session start. Actually, no, tell a lie. Yes. I'm going to create another file first. I'm going to call that session.inc for an include. And right at the beginning of this file, I'm going to open the PHP tags, close them again, and then I'm going to do session, and I've done it again. Do a session start, and then the information we've grabbed here, which I'm just going to quickly just copy that a second, just to make it easy accessible. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Because I doubt you want to have to type in this every time you just want to get the user's first name or something. So what I'm going to do is just literally assign it to a variable. So string user underscore ID space equals space, and then we just go for string user first name. I'll get there eventually. Email. There we go. So here we're creating the session, we're continuing the session start, and also we just put it into some strings so it's easy to access the information. What I'll do then, at the beginning of this file, I don't need to put it at the session start. All I need to do is what we're requiring. And that require is of the session.include file, and there we go. That's my session now carried across onto this file. Then, to check if the person is actually logged in, all we need to do is just go if does not exist string underscore session. What have I got? So let's use let's say target the user ID. So if the user ID doesn't exist in a session, then in that case what we want to do is just send them to the login script. Like so, and that's it. That's how to check if someone is logged in using sessions. All you need to do is just include those couple of lines there on every file now, and that's it then. Now at the moment, because I've got a session active, it should still let me into home. Yes. Say I want to go out of here. Say I leave. Well, I mean, if I leave and I shut the browser down, the session will be destroyed anyway. But say I wanted to log out. You know, I'm using a public computer. I don't know what's going on after me. I want to trust your site. Well, what we need in that situation is to have a log out script. Some people call them destruction scripts. Not many people call it that, but it can do. But these are very, very easy to do, and all you need to do is, where I've got my logout.php file, I'll open my PHP tags and then close them again, and then do session underscore start, because you have to carry the session over to be able to unset the session. Then you just do a session underscore unset. That's wiping all the data out of the stored little session strings that you made. And then finally you do session underscore destroy. And oh, damn it. And that is all you need to do. And what I'm going to do is after that just do another header redirect. Like so. And that's it. Now you see, at the moment I can get into this home page, no problems. I'm going to use this one to log me out. So I'll log out, it sends me back to this page. Now if I refresh this page, it tries to send me to index.html because I made a cock up. Where am I? There it is. Refresh again. Oh no, hang on, go back. Oh dear. Oh dear, let's just try this again. Screencast / home.php instantly sends me to the login screen to try and log in again, but then if I log in, I'm allowed in. So there you go. That is just a basic introduction to sessions and how to use them in the context of a login script. So just got to remember is this bit here, the string underscore session. That's the main thing, as well as session start at the top of all your files. Okay, make your life easier by trying to put sessions in an include, because then all you got to do is just remember to include that at the beginning of every page that someone needs to be logged in at, and you've got all their login details. And then session start, unset and destroy to log someone out. Right, that is it for this screencast. I apologise, it's been a bit all over the place and not up to my usual crap standard, because this one's obviously even worse than usual. But I apologise, it is stupid o'clock. But in the meantime, check out my website where you can see some of my old videos on there, please do share because it would be nice. I do have adverts on there, admittedly, and this is not cheap, basically, screencasting. So if anyone wishes to even contribute some money to help the running of the screencast, I'd be more than grateful. I mean, it's costing me a lot to keep the videos still available for download in iTunes. But also, please rate us in iTunes. Okay, I'll show you how simple it can be. So just go to iTunes. Wait ages for iTunes to load. I really wasn't planning to do this, so just kind of it's a bit stupid. Let's bring iTunes into place. There we go. Just go to the iTunes store, look me up. So PHP 101 Screencast. Just go to me like so, and then just go ratings, reviews, and just give me a 5-star rating, please. Helps people find Screencast. More people find it, the more chance I have, admittedly, of getting some sponsorship, and therefore, if I get some sponsorship, I can actually keep this running. I do hope to get more done now. I finally seem to have possibly got the system set up. Admittedly, I have set it up and I have not done a video test. So right now, this all could have happened and I could have deleted it all. If you're hearing this, it's me rambling on because obviously it's worked, and I feel like a fool. But no, please rate us in iTunes. Also check us out on our website. Contact us if you have any questions. I do put my Skype up there, as well as my personal email address, a contact number, as well as a contact form. I am working on a concept for a new podcast. It's going to be an audio podcast. So any freelancers out there who wouldn't mind spending an hour or so just having a chat, please don't be afraid to contact me. Use the contact form. It is going to be a screencast, a podcast for freelancers and subcontractors out there in the world, and hopefully it will help other freelancers and subcontractors. But that is it for this time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too bad. But you can comment. The script will be in the show notes, so you can always check that out. But until the next time, hopefully it won't be so long, but keep coding and have fun. See ya.